Action, okay?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, in my speech I want to talk about Kırşehir, and my speech is about the rules of the state that influence Kırşehir. And I will give some information about Kırşehir in my speech, and I want to talk about the famous personalities and famous places, and thank you for listening to me. Kırşehir takes place in the middle of Anatolia, as you know. Kirsehir was formed nearly 900 or 950 years ago by Seljuks, and we can say that here is a very old city. And it has been a culture center for many years, and now we cannot say here is a very industrial city. And the first university of Anatolia takes place in Kirsehir also, and as you know, it's called Bacaksiz Medresesi. Here is also famous for the Ahi organization, as you know, and Ahi everyone was also living in Kırşehir. And no panic, that's not all. There is some personalities also, and I want to talk about those in my speech. Famous people. I don't know one who knows nothing about Abdaz of Kırşehir, and also, as you know, he is famous for Bacaksiz with Ozans of here. And especially Neşet Ertaş and Muharrem Ertaş are well-known people by everyone, and their songs are listened all over the country. And not only Neşet Ertaş and Muharrem Ertaş, but also Çekiç Ali, Ekrem Çelebi, Bahri Altaş, Şemsi Yasman are famous for their songs. And also the organization of Ahi, the founder of Ahi organization, Ahi Evren Hazretleri, was also lived in Kırşehir, as you know. And also Bacaksiz, from the first university of Anatolia that takes place in the center of the Kirsehir, takes its name, also lived in Kırşehir. And also Aşık Pasha was from Kırşehir, as you know. Not only these, but also many famous people whom I cannot remember now also live in Kırşehir. Famous places, second part of my speech. Ahi Evren Cami, it takes place near the Ahi Church and also near the Ahi ground, we can see. Also, Bacaksiz Medresesi, as you know, it takes place in front of Yimbaş, and there is the first astronomy university of the Middle Anatolia, and it takes in front of Yimbaş, as we say. Lale Cami, I think it was in Kervansaray, but now it's a mosque, and it takes place near Mucurdura, and our English teacher Sal is closer there also.
Thank you.
Aşık Paşa Türbesi, as you know, it takes place on Kirsehir Road, and it's an interesting place, I think. İmaret Cami and Süleyman Türkmen Türbesi, it takes place behind Kırşehir Anatolian High School, and all of you know, I think there. Yunus Emre Türbesi, it takes place on Aksaray Road, you know. Seyfi Gölü, it takes place nearly 15 kilometers closer from Mucur.
Okay, Ercan, did you prepare anything about Aşık Pasha?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Okay.
Yes. Köme, as you know, it takes place in Mucur, and it's on the Kirsehir Road also, and it's known as Çayır by the Kırşehir people. Japanese garden, we can say. And also it takes place in Kama, as you know. That was built by Japanese people. And underground city of Mucur, I think all of you know that. It takes place in Mucur, and it's one of the largest underground cities of Turkey, but it has no tourism potential, I think. There's also hundreds of places, those are possible for picnics such as Acıöz, Karacalı, Dinekbağ. Also there are many graves belonging to famous persons and especially areas, I think. For example, Geyikli, Afat Baba. And also there are also many different meals, those are cooked by Kırşehir people and all over the country. And I think there are different tastes of Turkey. For example, dövme köfte, and lepe, mantılaş, madımak, öğlek cacığı, and DC. And also there are different local foods like köfte, I think you know Köftür. I can give some information about it. It's made of grapes, especially black grapes, and it's a different taste. And to make that, I think it's used walnuts, and it's a different taste of Kırşehir, and it's famous. Also, Kaman is famous for its walnuts. Everyone know, I think. It's the first or the best walnuts of the Turkey. And the famous of the Kırşehir that I could remember are those. Thank you for listening to me.
That is all, thank you. Okay, Emre, you please.
Dear my English teacher, or dear my supervisor, and dear my friends, also ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Firstly, thank you very much because you will listen me silently, won't you? I want to explain to you our religion, and the most magnificent and the most real religion in the world, Islam. The word Islam means submission or surrender, that also implies to obey or obedience of God. As it's suggested in the Quran in Ali Imran verse the 19th, the true religion in the sight of Allah is Islam. In short, Islam means believing in the oneness of God. Muslim who believe in Islam, we say Muslim. I think everybody in there is Muslim. Islam was instituted on 5 bases, 5 pillars.
Preach means what?
Instituted
Instituted, okay. Means what?
on 5 temel.
Okay.
On 5 bases, on 5 pillars. Let's explain the pillars. The first pillar is saying testimony and saying kelime-i şehadet. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah ve eşhedü enne Muhammeden abduhu ve resulü. Repeat after me. Repeat with love. If you say this sentence, you are a Muslim. If you say, I say these sentences and I am Muslim, I am free. No, if you say this, it is not finished, it's started. And you may obey the Islam's rules. The second pillar is Salah. Salah means having namaz. The obligatory prayer must have 5 times in a day namaz.
Pray namaz.
Yes.
Mhm.
The third pillar is Sawm. Sawm means the fast.
What do you mean by pillar? Pillar means what? The fourth principle or pillar? Which one?
Pillar fast.
Okay. Thank you.
The third pillar is Sawm. Sawm means the fast. One of the duties of a believer in fasting for a month every year, in Ramadan. The fast in lunar month of Ramadan every year by a Muslim who is in good health is mentioned in the Quran like this in Al-Baqarah verse. Therefore, whoever of you is present in that month, let him fast. But who is ill or on a journey shall fast a same number of days later on. The fourth pillar is Zakat. Payment of 1/40 of one's property every year. Zakat, we must obey these bases if we are rich, or if we aren't rich, we mustn't obey this rule. Because we haven't much money and we mustn't give zakat. The fifth basis The fifth pillar is going to Hajj. Any rich Muslim is obliged to perform the pilgrimage at least once in lifetime. Some people are going to Hajj 3 times, 4 times, and 20 times. I think it's not necessary because Allah wants to us going to Hajj once time in your life. So we learn Islam's bases. I explained the Islam's 5 pillars. Have you got any questions about this? If you haven't got any question, thank you to listening.
Thank you.
Welcome to everybody. Our topic is traffic and traffic rules. Traffic is the most important thing for our life, I think. So we must obey the traffic rules. Then, what's the traffic rules? You can ask me. For vehicles and people. For vehicles, for example, traffic lights, park.
For vicious means?
Araçlar.
Okay, go on please.
For example, traffic lights, parks, etc. E.g., I want to explain the traffic light. If the traffic light is red, we must stop and wait. If the light is yellow, we must be ready, and if the light is green, we must go away. Where we want to go. And I want to explain park. If our vehicle is stopping dangerous place, we can be punished.
By the policies.
These rules fall in the city and the other rules out of city. Speed and wrong overtake and sleepiness. If our speed is higher than 90, we can be caught radar by the police and we can be punished a lot of millions Turkish liras. And wrong overtake, if we can make an accident and the last traffic crane. And sleepiness.
Crane means? Let's traffic crane?
Crane, suç.
Crime, okay.
Crime.
Please.
And sleepiness. This crane usually seems bus driver or lorry driver. But traffic only is not seen land. It can be in the sky or at the sea. For example, in the sky, planes, helicopters, etc. And at the sea, for example, ships. So there is a lot of rules for sky traffic and sea traffic. But for us, important traffic is motorway traffic.
Yes.
We can think. If you are traveling on foot, you must obey traffic light rules and crossing rules. These are important traffic rules, I think, and it is so. Thank you very much for listening to me.
That's all, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, firstly thank you for listening to my lecture. My subject is computer. I will work for giving some information about computers in some minutes. What is mean computer? Computer means a machine which solves questions, lists the data when it takes the commands. Today, computer means the life. You can do everything with your computer today. For example, you can listen to the music, you can watch television, you can shopping, you can meet with new friends around the world. You can play computer games, etc. with your computer today. What is the computer's history? In the past, people needed some machines which helped them in their calculations. Some scientists worked to create a calculation. So in 1642...
Cultivation means what? Cultivation.
Calculation.
Calculation means what? We don't know. Calculator, okay. Go on.
So in 1642, Blaise Pascal, who is from France, made the first calculation. The years which are from 1642 to today, a lot of scientists' inventions prepared a road which takes us modern computers. Today's computers were made in 1946. G. Presper Eckert and John W. Macaulay made the first automatic electronic computer in Pennsylvania University. The first modern mixed computers arrived in the last of 1950s. What are the main bits of computers? A computer creates by 4 main bits. These bits are input, output, CPU, and memory. Input is a bit which data enter the computer. Data means words, numbers, which computer needs for solving questions and for calculations. CPU is a heap which takes the data and sends them to memory. In the last, the memory sends the results to CPU. CPU sends them to output. In output, the results show to user and the results are read to use by the user. How is computer codes? Computer codes are created by this onion number system. This onion number system created by only 2 main numbers. These numbers are 0 and 1. What are microchips mean? And why people use microchips in their computers? Microchips are used to create small computers. Microchips are very small electronic cycles. Today, instead of bit codes, we use microchips because microchips are smaller and cheaper than bit codes. Why people use computers? In my opinion, the computers are very useful in our works. I'm a computer user. I like using computer. The computer is like a friend, a real friend. I want to see every place in the world. I can do this with my computer. I have a lot of friends around the world. In my opinion, the computer is the best invention in the world.
That is all. Thank you. Very nice.
Well, at first, thanks you for coming to listen to me. In here, I will give some information about terrorism in Turkey. Also, terrorism is a current subject, I think, and I wish
terrorism in Turkey, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I wish you will listen to me quietly because I will read it fastly because I don't want to take a minute, and I think my lecture is a bit long. Terrorism in Turkey for the last 25 years. The aim of terrorism is to separate a country or destroy a group. These events arise as kidnapping a plane, capturing a popular man, robberies, and etc. Most of the terror events started with robberies because these organs need money for ammunition. So they robbed some jewelries and people. At first, in a meeting which was done in 1st May 1977, 34 people was dead because of the argument at the last of meeting. After this event, Turkey was confronted with real terrorism, and terrorism took root in Turkey. As a result, 2 groups got exist, leftists and rightists. When the terror events increased, the military updated the administration in 12 September 1980. In spite of all precautions, terrorism got bigger and bigger. Also, the police were divided into 2 groups, which are called Polder and Polder. Polder is rightist, Polder is leftist. Otherwise,
leftist means left wing. Do you mean
what?
Left side?
Yes,
right
left side.
Okay.
Think, left think, right think.
Wing.
Yes.
Wing, just wing. Okay, left wing, right wing.
Polder is rightist, Polder is leftist. Otherwise, terrorists scouted to our country's intellectuals. At first, Abdi Bekçi is killed by terrorists in his car, and following it, İlhan Darelioğlu, Ümit Doğaner, and Cavit Orhan Tütengil are murdered in Istanbul. Similar events are being activated in Turkey at the moment too. After the stroke, different and dangerous terror groups formed in our country. These terrorists have done destructive propagandas and invited some ignorant people to their orbits. The purpose of terrorism in Turkey is to separate Turkey. On this way, there are a lot of foundations which are active.
To separate the Turkey means?
Yes, separate.
Means what?
To part.
Okay, go on.
The most dangerous illegal terror is PKK, which aims to found a Kurd state in Turkey. A separated terror, PKK killed 30,000 Turkish soldiers in Halil. PKK gets support from foreign countries about ammunition and munition plants. PKK exists less than more 15 years in the east of Turkey. But when the separate leader was coach, which was called Ahmad, PKK started to get pulled because they couldn't decide what to do, so they had to surrender to the Turkish state. Another terror group, which is called Asala, won Turkey with a lot of murders. Asala killed people who were our diplomats working in foreign countries. They killed our diplomats as putting a bomb to his car or making a criminal attempt with the last model guns. These events are blamed by the Turkish people. Also, there are a lot of targets in Turkey acting like PKK and Asala. For example, DHKPC and Hizbullah, etc. They are as dangerous as PKK and Asala. Hizbullah killed so many people violently and pitilessly. At the moment, there are still few terror events too. Our first duty is to protect our country forever. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to talk about the cinema. I think the subject importance doesn't know. Maybe cinema is of the teenagers' hobby, but they don't have anything about its ancient. The cinema, the fact which continues the impression of seeing or gives retina impression declared in 1824 by English doctor P.M. Rajat. Rajat found that the eye sees the pictures which show the close sequencing conditions and which these pictures are being placed in front of the eyes. I saw them as one moving picture. This invention helped to understand create a series of moving spectre from state spectre in a short time.
Spectre means what, Şidem, do you know?
Spectre görüntü.
Okay.
Following 10 years, scientists who were from the different all of the parts of the world began to improve some instruments to ensure it. Although most of these missions didn't pass, the rest of weird newness or the illumination systems we use for becoming the perfect of the illumination.
Illumination means?
Illumination. Aydınlatma.
Okay, go on.
Becoming the perfect of the illumination which used for the states to grow the cinema technology. The first successful commercial which opened for the public was carried out by the which improved by the French brothers Louis and Auguste Lumière in 1895. Dynamic pictures. Lumière brothers were among the people who achieved to show the dynamic spectre to the widescreen. Cinematograph which is developed by them were light continuous film band as light projector, silver screen. The system of Lumière brothers was used in Europe at the first side film show. Two brothers opened a cinema in a cafe in 1895. Band Film Square, Knightsbridge, photoed many photographs which showed the humans and animals as a dynamic position. So, two or more of them were arranged together and short gap open and closed electromagnetic objectives were used.
Thank you. Ateş.
Hello, dear my friends and dear my teacher. I will give you some information about cancer and its effects on the family.
Effects on the family. Thank you.
Effects on family. Effects on the family. For example, kidney cancer. Firstly, I will tell you means of the cancer. Cancer is the unregistered growth of the abnormal cells which can happen virtually anywhere in the body. Kidney cancer will probably have a major impact on your whole life. When one member of the family has kidney cancer, the whole family has kidney cancer. The love and support of family members can also aid recovery. The family is important in every phase of diagnosis and treatment. When the disease is first diagnosed, there is a psychological trauma. When the patient is in the hospital, family members often supplement the nursing staff on watching over the patient. When the patient comes home from the hospital, family members care for the patient. When follow-up and treatment continue, members facilitate the process. Experienced physicians know that the family is hurting and helping. The family is another way to help the patient. And just as the doctor develops a relationship with the patient, the doctor often develops a relationship with the patient's family. The doctor, patient, and family relationship usually starts at time of the diagnosis.
Diagnose means what? Diagnose?
Diagnosis, teşhis.
Okay.
Hastalık teşhis. Yani teşhis. Most physicians will want to brief all family members along with the patient about the diagnosis and plan for the patient. It helps if this briefing takes place all at one time, so all family members hear exactly the same thing and all family members get to hear the questions of other family members. If a nephrectomy is done, the surgeon can send word of how the operation is going to waiting family members. After the operation, the surgeon will also brief the family about the patient's condition. As the patient recovers in the hospital, family members will probably meet the patient's doctors and nurses. This contact can provide the family and with an opportunity for the questions and learning. One of the major problems which doctors experience is when different family members call one at a time to be individually briefed on the patient's condition. The patient should take responsibility for communications with this doctor and provide information to other family members. If he is unable to do so, the family should appoint one family member as liaison with the patient's doctors. It is also a good idea for this person to review all medical bills, insurance claims, payments, and reimbursements. This person can keep all family members briefed on the patient's progress as well as any questions which family has. If the patient attends a support group, a family member may also attend. However, some support groups are patients only and are family members only. My lecture is finished. Is there any question?
Okay, no question. I think because there's the break time, that's the break time, so thank you, Serdar. That is very good. Okay, Murat.
Dear English teachers and Bacaksiz and Zeynep Müge Koca and my friends and the other students, çömezler. I want to talk about that is of police. That is of police. Police is an education which makes the happiness and protect the progress of democracy beyond the behaviors which can be called as a criminal and lead them to huge and the most important. Police protects women's life and security. The men who work in this office are called police. Police, as it's explained in police study law, they are responsible to protect women's life and to make armies comfort and help the men who need to be helped. Police can use gun in these conditions.
In these conditions, right?
Yes.
Go on, please.
1. To protect him or herself. 2. When he had to do it, if there was no care left except using the gun. 3. If the criminal tries to escape or attacks the police. 4. If someone attacks the police station and you have to take your gun. 5. When you are in operation, ambush if the criminal who makes some big crime going or escaping, although you warned him. 6. If there was no care about arresting the criminal who makes big crime. 7. When he was on duty, it became across a battle. 8. In the position of full opposed. 9. In the position of full opposed to the present actions. We can collect police status in 4 groups. 8. Usual data. Police usual data starts when the crime starts. In these studies, the most important are 1. Arrest the criminal. 2. Look into criminal. 3. Lead the criminal to the judge.
To the judge, right?
Judge. To lead the responsible office. Now, the suspected and uncovered murder. Political duties. It contains all studies in order to prevent political crimes. Managerial duties. It is to prevent all the crimes which are against the law. Arrangement is collected in 3 groups. Managerial duties, preventive and projective duties. Traffic duties. It works in order to make us all the harms of the accident. Finally, the biggest duty of police is to set an order which prevents the criminals from. Thank you, please.
That's all, thank you.
Hello, my friends. Hello, my teacher. I want to talk about teenagers and what I'm feeling during becoming an adult. Understanding teenage confusion. Being a teenager can at times be incredibly and confusing and frustrating. Sometimes things happening to you or the things going on inside your head confuses your sense. For example, I'm becoming a teenager and I have been feeling different things. Sometimes little things will bother me or everything that happens will bother me. One day I thought that I had everything and I want to die. And the next day I thought that life is so good and I love everything. Sometimes I was very angry and shouted at my mother and my father. Sometimes I feel very bad and I say to them, I love you very much. Totally, I can't control over these feelings. During being a teenager, you already grow up. Your brain is trying to switch from being a child to being an adult. Your brain also creates something. Everything you are doing is new to you. First kiss, first slow dance, first car. In this phase, the teenager can be in depression. In the reason of depression, he can't recognize himself. He don't know what he must do or mustn't do. So he can begin to smoke and drink. He can do bad things. Finally, he will be in depression. This teenager should go a doctor or should speak with his family or friends. Some of bad spatial features of being a teenager. Sometimes you consider ending your life. You want to sleep too much. You often feel tired. Your weight has gone up or down recently. You don't enjoy anything. You are never happy. You feel worthless. You think that nobody needs me or wants to talk to me. You want to cry. Besides that, the teenager who don't know what is so right, what is so wrong, he can smoke and drink and start drunk. He thinks it is make him better or he thinks that he is a man. But these aren't true. The family and the teenage teachers must teach him the truth because the teenagers are generation. Thank you.
That is all, thank you, very nice.
Dear friends, my English teacher, Halil Bacaksiz, chums and chums teacher, welcome to my speech. My speech is about air pollution. The air all over the planet is dirty.
Okay, air pollution, what is the narrowing topic? Air pollution in Turkey?
World and Turkey, all of them.
Okay.
The biggest problems are automobiles and factory smokes. There are too much private cars in our country and all over the world. People think that if you have money, you must go somewhere with private car. It's wrong. Because they must think their own. People must use the public transportation. That dirt is their fuel. The other problem is factories. The smoke of the factory dirts the air much and it makes acid rains. They should reduce their own pollution.
Home pollution means what?
Own.
Okay.
In the other hand, we can protect the waste of cleaning the air. There are forests. We must protect the forests, those clean the air. People is destroying the forest and dirtying the air and wanting clean air. Isn't it a lot to want? Thank you.
That's good.
I want to say all of you to welcome. And I want to thank you to listen to me. My speech is about human rights. I think this subject is the nowadays argument subject. So it's very important for our community. Yes, people are the most valuable extras in the community and they have many rights, as you know. In the ancient period, people weren't aware of this. They didn't used to give any importance to them. Arabic people used to bury their daughters when they were alive. Thanks God, Atatürk is the founder of the Turkey understood value of women and he gave their rights to them. These rights are social and economic equality between women and men were made. And second, testimony and witness rights were given. Third, the divorce right was
Testimony means what? Testimony, do you know?
given.
Okay.
Third, the divorce right was given to women. Fourth, marrying to only one woman right was and formal marriage ceremony right was given to them. Fifth, working when she wants to work right was given to women. And the most important rule, I think, election and being elected right was given to them in the municipality law, which is accepted in 1930. Also in 1933, being elected to be Muhtar right was given. Election and being elected to be a member of the Grand National Assembly of Turkey right was given to them with the change of the law constitution in 5 December 1934. As a result of this revolution, the importance and value of the women in the community were understood. After this revolution, women developed themselves in every part, and nowadays we can see them in every factory. For example, they are teachers, doctors, nurses, engineers. They are in everywhere. Furthermore, in the more job, women are more successful. And this was demonstrated, and don't forget that your mothers are women too. Finally, women and men are equal. There isn't any superiority between them. Both of them are human. We mustn't forget that without women we can't think any man, and without any man we can't think any woman. The most important thing is that the career of the women shows us the level of the community. Thank you for listening.
Aggressive sleep apnea is a disorder in which complete or partial aggression of the everyday during sleep causes loud snoring. As a result, affected person have unrestful sleep and excessive daytime sleepiness. This disorder is associated with hypertension, impotence, and emotional problems. Because
Emotional problems means what? Emotional problems?
rahatsızlık, yani vücut duygusu.
Okay, good, thank you. Go ahead.
Because sleep apnea often occurs in obese person with comorbid conditions. It's individual to health problems is difficult to discern. National oral caused by apnea are often undetermined by the person. Do you have sleep apnea? If you sound excessively and have any of the additional problems listed below, you may have sleep apnea. Please consider. Do you survive it? Yes or question?
No.
That is all, I think. Finish? Thank you very
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks you for coming to the lecture. My topic is family. The family is the most important.
Again,
part of
please, your topic. Family. Okay.
The family is the most important for the life. I think the family is the same of the cell, because the cell is the little part of the body. The family is the little part of the life, especially the Turkey. In the Turkey, lots of people like a family life, but I don't like the family life. Maybe the family life is more comfortable, but the family life has got a lot of rules. But other way, I like my father and my mother. I think children should have got a family. Maybe the family life is the most enjoyable. There are two kinds of family. One little family, it takes the form mother, father, and children. Maybe we say it's a modern family. Large family is take the form grandfather, grandmother, father, mother, and children. My family, I haven't got any brother or sister. My father is retired and my mother is housewife. Our family life is very enjoyable, so I like my life. But other way, I don't like the rule, because it's my life. What I want, I do that. Thanks for listening.
That's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming to my lecture and listening to me. My lecture topic is education. There's nothing in the world which cannot be educated. Humans, animals, and everything. Now I want to talk about the most important one, human education. In fact, the most difficult existence in the world to educate is human, because they want to do whatever they want. Besides of this, the thing which mature a nation feature is education. As the founder of Turkish Republic Atatürk said, the education is that either destroys a nation or makes it the happiest one in the world. I think it's very correct, because sometimes we watch on TV our teenagers' behaviors and they are fighting and beating each other, and we listen to the news, so it says that someone stole something, someone robbed a bank. I think the biggest reason of all of this is wrong of education. Then I want to point out an important thing too. The first school where we receive the necessary education in order to be a fruitful man is home. So I mean, our family is very important for our education, consequently for our future. And I think the first aim of the education is to help the people to find the limit for their behaviors, because occasionally every human can lose their limit for their behaviors. And shortly, these are the problems of the humans. And instead of me, everybody can come here and gives a lot of advices to the people and make some advices to the people. Now I want to criticize them with Yunus Emre's speech. He says that the murder of human is his job. You cannot consider them with their speech. Thank you very much for listening.
Here, please.